Ambassador, let me ask you this. The pension issue. We're doing this program right after the governor has delivered his State of the Budget address. I mean, he has talked about one of the largest pension contributions, I believe, $2.5 billion in the FY18 budget.
Yeah.
That is one of the largest pension contributions a governor has contributed in terms of this crisis, in terms of the New Jersey public employees retiring.
Yep.
That's a good thing, correct?
It's a step in the right direction, but it's way late and it's not enough. This is a crisis that's been building since the 1990s. And time again, we've had folks on one side of the table, the public sector unions, do what they've been asked to do, and the state has consistently reneged, not only under Governor Christie, but before as well. So it's
Democrats as well.
Both sides of the aisle. No one has kicked the can as far or as hard as this governor. It's a step in the right direction to make this payment, but it's not enough.
But let me ask you, Ambassador, in terms of total contribution.
Yeah.
And again, this is a cumulative situation, and it's hard to figure out. You know numbers better than most. You have a background in finance, if you will. What would you say the actual, I don't know whether to call it debt or the amount of money that actually is going to come due? Is it 40? Is it 50? Is it 60? Is it $80 billion in terms of public employees who will retire in New Jersey and the money's not going to be there?
Yeah, I'd look to the actuaries. I think it's $40-something billion. And as you mentioned, if you don't make the payments, it's a cumulative crisis. It gets out ahead of you. It's also one of the thorniest crises we'll ever face because in the aggregate, it's measured in tens of billions of dollars. I defy you to find someone who was changing bedpans for 25 or 30 years and look at that individual and ask whether she or he is living high off the hog, as they say. These folks are barely above the poverty line. So that dichotomy, that paradox, makes this as difficult as it is.
But, Ambassador, would you say that given the current situation and the fact that it's just not sustainable, that the current relationship between the state and public employees, that it's time to renegotiate that and look at that, particularly for new employees?
I wouldn't say that. I think the state must own up to its side of the bargain. I chaired the original commission on this.
Clarify. I'm sorry, clarify that. You mean put
the full amount of funding in. The amount the governor talked about is a step in the right direction. He mentioned dedicating lottery proceeds to the pension funds. I haven't studied it yet to know whether or not that makes sense, but I'm open-minded to that. We have to be creative. I think we throw money hand over fist to Wall Street, to hedge funds to manage our pension assets, and they give us back very mediocre, if not losing returns. There's a lot of money there. So we're going to have to look to a lot of different places to find the money that we need to find, but the state must own up to its end of the bargain.
Shift gears. Let's talk about school funding.